In 1991 to 1992, a newly married couple moved into their new home. What they would experience would stay with them for the rest of their lives. 1991 to 2.
Yeah.
It started with we could hear a light, the bathroom light
Oh
going
yeah, going. Yeah, you're in the living room and it's like
that
someone
started with that.
press the switch.
The kettle was going on its own, and glasses were moving across
Sliding across the worktop.
And it was a tiny, tiny kitchen. Yeah. And it was they were just sliding.
So it was a one-bedroom top flat, wasn't it?
Flat. The flat was always cold. It was never warm. Yeah. And I just got my first decorating stuff to do the bedroom. So what I did is I got all my decorating stuff and I decorated the bedroom. Yeah. New wallpaper all the way around. Yeah. And the following day, I came back from work, and as I came back, every strip in the bedroom of wallpaper was down roughly about 6-8 inches. It had curled all the way down. Yeah. And Brendan was with me.
This is all the way round?
Every strip. And Brendan was with me on this occasion because he came back to the house with me because I came to show him. Yeah. And he went, look at this. And I said, look at this. I said, every strip of wallpaper's down. Yeah. So I'm going to have to buy some more wallpaper paste now. So we went back out, got my dad's decorating stuff, yeah, more paste. Brendan came with me, came back to the flat, and as we got up the stairs, walked into the bedroom, and every strip was back up. Yeah. Now, how does wallpaper curl
and then go back
and re-straighten itself and go back flush against the wall?
Well, it can't, can it?
It can't. It doesn't make sense. Yeah. Because there should be a bubble or there should be a kink.
You'd have to see it to sort of like...
And I honestly can't get my head around how every strip can curl 6 inches down, yeah, and then come back an hour later and it's all repasted back up. The next one was when I was in the bath. Yeah. And when you lie down and put your head under the water, yeah, I heard someone talk to me in the bathroom. Yeah. And I got up and answered them and there was no one there. Yeah. And I thought, that's weird.
Was that the time? Yeah, you thought, and you were eyeing on outside or something?
I was in the living room.
Yeah.
And he shouted me, so I went in, and he goes, "You were just in here then?" And I was like, "No, somebody was in here."
In the bathroom.
I laughed at it.
Yeah. But you'd be in the living room and then boil. And you thought, well, who's put the kettle on? No one, because we're both in the living room. And the strange thing was, Mandy, the sheepdog we had, yeah, was constantly barking and growling at the fireplace and backing off from the fireplace, yeah, as she's growling and barking. And you think, what the hell are you barking at? There's nothing there. But she was constantly growling and backing away to the living room door, yeah, growling at the fireplace, yeah, which was weird.
There was it was like a sunny day, yeah, and there was like hailstone hitting the windows.
No, this is when we went to bed early. It was during the summer months. It was all sunny anyway, so went to bed early, and then as we're lying in bed, we heard like hailstones on the window. I thought, bloody hell, it's bucketing down. Can't be hailstone, but yeah, we just thought nothing of it. And we didn't have wardrobes then because we'd not long just moved in. We had all our clothes in bin bags. And like rustling of bags or hailstones, as we got up in the morning, all our bin bags were emptied all over the floor.
Yeah, weird, isn't
it?
Everything scattered. All the clothes were all over the floor. Mm. And you thought, who the hell's done that? Or why would you do that? We didn't do it because we were in bed.
Do you remember there was you two, me and Brendan in the front room?
The door opening on its own.
But I'll go into that in a minute. When you sat me in front of the door, that was my first introduction to your flat. Okay. Well, what I'm thinking of is we would all and the entire room lit up.
Yeah. The lights used to come on itself.
Yeah. Do you remember the room just lit up? Yeah. Get as bright as anything.
And the living room door would be shut, and you have to turn the handle down to open.
Yeah.
But how would it open when it's shut and it used to swing open?
Swing open, and then be there with cups of teas, yeah, and be kicking the door, and then you come and open it for me, and then another time you'd go to put the cups down, go to open the door, and it just swing open.
Just swing
before you
open.
even got to it.
Yeah.
Just straight open.
And there was one time I had, well, there was a couple of occasions, I had a mate, Condi, it was staying there for a few nights, and we put him a bed in, a mattress in the living room.
Just on the floor, a spare mattress on the
On the
living room
floor. And we went in the other room and we just started to crash out. And he stayed up all night. And we said, why didn't you go to sleep?
Well, no, what happened was, right, we were in bed, he was asleep, wasn't he? And then the next minute, we had the door swing open.
And the light
in the living room,
switch.
And the light switch went straight on. And he was terrified, wasn't he?
What he said was he heard footsteps go round the mattress and whispering in his ear. So he stayed awake all night and never went to sleep.
Yeah. And that was the end of that.
And I thought nothing of it.
And you never went back?
I had another mate come round and he used to stay there sometimes, Graham Mannering.
Yeah.
And he had a spare key and I said, so just don't get, and he refused to go in the house on his own.
You wouldn't wait?
He wouldn't go. He said there's something not right in that flat and he wouldn't stay there on his own. He'd only come in if we were with him.
He never said much, did he?
No.
At all about it. It freaked him out that much.
Yeah.
And I think the top one was
Brendan. Brendan said, oh, I don't believe in spooks
I
and
don't
ghosts.
believe in all that rubbish.
It's all poppycock.
He goes, oh, if there's anything in here, he goes, ooh, come on, bite me,
So
wait.
he'd lay on the mattress like Condi did on the floor, get to sleep. Then it was roughly 3ish in the morning.
Yeah.
Again, light switch, door swung open, and he was petrified. He got up and he come into the room and he goes, I'm not staying in this flat, take me home. And I was going, why, what's up? And he goes, that what just happened to me now. He goes, I'm not staying in that room.
Can you explain what happened?
He said
he heard whispering in his ear, just like what Condi did.
It was like something was running around the mattress, and then all of a
stopped.
sudden it stopped, and then
whispered in his ear,
and
that freaked him out. So I had to go in the room and get his mattress and bring it in our room. Just because I wasn't taking him home at 3 in the morning.
Spent most of the night going, Brendan, are you awake? And Brendan's going, are you awake? And yeah, I'm still awake. And then he was going, I'm going to kill the pair of you if you don't go to sleep in a minute. And I was terrified. I would not stay in the flat.
She wouldn't go in the flat room. Condi refused to stay there anymore.
He didn't stay there.
No, because he left his mum and dad's. He was staying at ours for a bit, and he after that one night he refused to come back.
Right. Do you remember anything about cutlery in the kitchen?
I don't remember about the cutlery, but I remember that the cups sliding across the worktop.
Yeah.
It's like someone's pushed it.
The cups would just slide along.
Yeah.
What about the cutlery when it fell from off the?
I wasn't there.
The windowsill.
The windowsill, yeah.
Yeah, and it went straight from off the windowsill, missed the sink, and landed in the middle of the kitchen floor.
That's right.
With everything still on it.
Yeah, I didn't see that. You saw that.
That was you, wasn't
all
it?
intact.
Yeah.
I had to make sure there was water in the kettle all the time.
Yeah.
Because the water, the kettle just go on its own.
Yeah.
I think it burned the element out.
I unplugged it and everything, and you could still hear that kettle.
Would it still switch on after you unplugged it, or?
No, but you could hear it.
You could hear it clicking on there.
Yeah, click.
Someone trying to click it on.
The bathroom light constant all night.
You had the central heating on it, but it still felt cold.
It was always cold. Lights, anomalous lights.
The lights were always flickering.
Yeah.
But it was the living room and the bathroom lights that used to go off and on. Yeah. And it was always the living room door that always swung open and shut.
You see, the thing, from what I remember, the very first I heard of it was when you went to Mum's. And
didn't you hear something in the bathroom?
I was in the bathroom, and Basically, remember I had a bit of long hair, didn't I? And I'd lathered the hair up. And just as I'm about to rinse it, I have this feeling there's someone standing in the doorway. So I've opened my eyes and looked, and from the side of me, I can see an old woman standing in the doorway, staring at me. So I'm rinsing my hair with the soap running over my open eyes to get the hell out of there, because at this point...
Apparently, the old woman died in the house, in that flat.
Yeah, where was she found?
I don't know. I didn't ask.
Did she have a dog?
I honestly don't know.
Can't remember. Because
when we left the flat, we did an exchange with Gordon for this house.
Yeah.
But less than 6 months after he moved in there, he lost both his legs. Both his legs were amputated.
Oh dear.
And then a month later...
Was this at the same time when you were having knee problems?
Yeah.
When you were living there?
Yeah, I was getting illness, a lot of illnesses. I had kidney issues and all sorts that were kicking in.
And ulcers?
I bled. But yeah, partly because we were in the flat for nearly a year, I was nothing but ill.
Yeah, for that year.
I threw up blood and everything.
Yeah.
So I was ill when I was staying there. But Gordon had both his legs amputated. Then a couple months later that he died.
He passed away from whatever was happening.
And I used to work for Vanderline then, security.
Yeah.
And we used to check the council houses. And it was empty more than it was occupied.
It's quite interesting that, isn't it, actually? I wonder if it's still like that.
I don't know. It's I noticed then when 2 years was with Vanderline, and the amount of times that property was empty was unreal.
So it was more empty than...
It was empty more than it was occupied.
Yeah. So there was something seriously going on. You spoke to the neighbour downstairs, didn't you?
Yeah, I asked him if anything strange happened, or anything like that. And he said not that he remembers, but he knew the old woman dead well anyway.
Yeah.
And I said to him, what happened to her? And he said, oh, it was about a week before they found her, because she died in the flat.
Yeah. So she'd been there for about a week.
Yeah.